Hey y'all, and welcome to the Liberty Loving Kitchen, where the first ingredient is always love. I'm your host, Barrett Patton, and with me as always is my dad, Patrick Patton.
Hello.
And in today's video, we are going to take y'all through the whole process from start to finish of smoking a turkey. Since Thanksgiving is coming up, we figured we'd do a practice run a little early so that y'all can see what we do ahead of the actual day. So today we are smoking a turkey breast, but everything we do in this process you can do with your whole turkey or whatever cut of meat you're going to use on the day of Thanksgiving.
Well, breast or turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think you can get a turkey without the breast.
True.
But anyway, so we're of course doing this early so we can share with you. We figured it probably wouldn't be much help to those of you that watch this, that if we showed you how to make our Thanksgiving turkey, but we waited till Thanksgiving to do it.
Yeah, that
you'd have to wait till next year. So
yes.
Anyway, so here we go. Our ingredients are, we're going to first of all, let me tell you, I've got a little spreadsheet that I'll put a link to this so you can download this if you want to. Okay, so with this spreadsheet, what I'm saying is I plug in the time we want to eat. And then it backs out a half hour for, we like to let the turkey rest for a half hour afterwards. Usually your turkey's going to be frozen when you buy it. So I'll just go through this from the start to finish. So based on the time we want to eat, all these times change with the spreadsheet. So I've got this scheduled, we want to eat this on Wednesday, November the 10th at 6 p.m. So starting Sunday, which was yesterday, or actually 2 days ago, yesterday, I got it out before then. Yesterday we should have put out at 12:30 a.m. We will begin a 48-hour refrigerator thaw. So this turkey will thaw in the refrigerator because you don't want to let it put it out in room temperature. It will thaw in the refrigerator about 3.3 pounds per 24-hour period. If that makes sense? So a 7-pound turkey takes about 2 days. So this will thaw out in 2 days. So then beginning Tuesday at 12:30 a.m. we will begin our 36-hour brine. Now you don't have to be exact with this, but it gives you a pretty good idea. Then Wednesday, November 10th at 12:30 p.m. we will preheat the smoker to 225 degrees. Wednesday, November 10th at 1 p.m. we will start smoking the turkey. And a 7-pounder should cook in about 4.5 hours. We cook it to an internal temperature of 165 degrees when we take it off. Then given that, it should come off the smoker at approximately 5:30. Now you don't cook it on time, you cook it to temperature. I'm just telling you roughly 4.5 hours. Last time I actually did it faster in about 4 hours. Ballpark, 4.5 hours for a 7-pound turkey to reach an internal temperature of 165. Take it off, let it rest for at least half hour. We tin it with foil. And then it's ready to eat, and it has a really nice color to it, and it is very good.
It's really very good. Dad's been smoking turkey for Thanksgiving. This will be the 3rd year, and we've always really enjoyed it.
I'm not a big turkey guy usually, but this is actually pretty good. So anyway, so what we're doing right now is the brine. So we're going to brine the turkey for 36 hours. We may actually be a little bit longer than that, but 36 hours ballpark. So we start off with...
We're going to use a gallon of whole buttermilk, 2 small white onions chopped up,
right here,
a 1/4 cup of garlic powder,
right here,
3/4 of a cup of kosher salt, a 1/4 cup, I believe.
3/4 cup also of white granular sugar.
Forgive me, 3/4 of a cup.
And a 1/4 cup
of cumin. And the same amount, 1/4 cup of black pepper.
So the recipe actually calls for 2 quarts of water, but I know with this container that we're going to brine it in, that once I put a gallon of buttermilk in there, there's not going to be nearly enough room for another half gallon or 2 quarts of water. So I've got 2 cups of water that's warm that I am going to pour into this container. And I just want to make sure that I get my my salt and my sugar dissolved. So I've got my sugar in there, or my salt in there. Now my sugar in there. And I'm going to take a whisk and just mix that up a little bit. Just trying to dissolve it mostly prior to putting everything else in there. So next, I will dump in our onions,
Garlic powder.
Our
Cumin.
and our black pepper. I'll get that little stir up here. And I'll go ahead and put 1 of the half gallons of buttermilk in there. And what you might do if you're not sure, whatever container you're using, you can buy bags. I have these 2-gallon plastic containers that fit pretty good for about a 7 to 10 pound turkey. I'll leave a little bit of buttermilk out, a little bit less than a quart. And I'm going to stir all this up because you want this to be mixed up pretty good. Get that out. And then I will take our turkey, which we have already taken out of the package. We have already rinsed it off a little bit and then patted it dry, just to get all that nasty stuff off. And I've got the cavity turned up. And what you see here, that cavity goes in there, right there. And got a little more room, so I'll go ahead and put the rest of my buttermilk in there. And there you go. So that's 2 cups of water and half gallon or full gallon of buttermilk. I'm going to just stir that up a little bit so I get that last bit of buttermilk. There we go. And I've got a lid that I'll put this on. And then that's going to go in the refrigerator for 36 hours. And that will give a nice brine to our turkey. Now, when we cook this, we're going to take this out of the brine on Wednesday before we cook it. And before we cook it, we're going to take, do you remember what the quantity of this was?
I'm not sure, you told me.
Yeah, we got 2 sticks of butter, so let's say it's a half pound. And then we've got a half cup of poultry seasoning. And all poultry seasoning is, if you don't have poultry seasoning, you can use, I'll read this off to you, 2 tablespoons of thyme, 2 tablespoons of sage, 1 tablespoon of marjoram, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 3/4 tablespoon of rosemary, and a half tablespoon of nutmeg, which is exactly what that's what poultry seasoning is. So I have poultry seasoning, so I just did the easy thing. And then I like to take that with my softened butter, and then I just mix it in there.
2 sticks of butter, right?
2 sticks of butter, and it's been set out at room temperature until it's gotten to room temperature. It's not warm, it's not cold at all. It is totally room temperature. And then, like I said, I will kind of whip this up, which makes a ugly brown looking butter.
But it will make the turkey really delicious.
It will. And there we go. And a little spatula here. spread it out. I'll cover this, but this is going to be ready for when the brine comes out. So now all we have to do is wait for 36 hours. We will take it out, rinse it off, and put it in the smoker. But you'll see that in just a minute. But it's going to be a couple days for us, or a day and a half. So anyway.
All right, we'll be right back. Oh, my bad.
Do you want to tell them anything?
But before we go, don't forget to smash that like button. No, smash the like button.
I forgot. I messed it up too.
Then ring the notification bell.
After you subscribe.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We're gonna do that over again.
Okay, before we go, smash the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that notification bell. Leave us a comment down in the comment section and share. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
We'll be right back.
Okay, we are back. It is 36 hours later and we've taken our turkey out of the brine. And so now it's time to get it ready to put on the smoker.
Okay, I don't know if it's exactly 36 hours.
Well, roughly 36 hours.
Yeah, so we did it Sunday evening and it's Wednesday afternoon, so we're close to 36 hours. I have taken the turkey out of the brine, rinsed it off, patted it dry, and now the next step is to put our butter and poultry seasoning mixture up underneath the skin. This is a nasty, well, kind of nasty, but you just kind of peel the skin back here, which is kind of gross. And you gotta poke it, kind of tear it across there. Then you just spread some of that butter under the skin. Work it back into there.
You can really smell all the different spices that make up our poultry seasoning, and
Oh yeah?
it's going to give it a nice flavor, or I can at least.
What are those spices? Do you remember?
You know, not specifically, to be honest.
I just wondered. So this is kind of gross, and then when you pull your hands out, you want to pull some of the butter. You don't want to. It seems like the butter tries to follow you out, and there's a lot to get up in here. I just grab a big wad of it and then kind of work it around in there. As you can see here. And you got to kind of separate that skin and get you a starting point. Tuck some, well, tuck it where I can. And flip it over to the other side here. You can see my, hopefully you can see that. You can see the, it's poking a little hole there. Peel it back. Grab me a big old wad of butter and poultry seasoning.
A big old wad.
A big old wad, that is the exact measurement.
That's a very precise term.
That is the exact measurement, the big old wad. And
Not a little old wad, but a big old wad.
I think you've worn that one out now.
Yeah. I'm good at that.
Mm-hmm, you are. So I'll just keep working it. You can see it's in here where we have it pretty good. You don't have to be perfect with it. But it does make a difference. It makes it buttery. Imagine that. 2 sticks of butter should make it buttery, shouldn't it? And
I would hope so.
I like to get most of it up on top because I figure it is going to work its way down anyway. And let's take what we got left, kind of smear it on the outside. And pretty close. Take 2 half lemons, or a lemon halved, and put it up in the cavity. Barrett calls this the turkey butt, but it's just a cavity.
I definitely
where the
call
guts
it
were.
that.
And we're going to take this out to the smoker now. And there is a reason why we use 2 halves.
Is there?
Do you know what that is?
I don't.
What would you guess?
You know, I wouldn't even have a guess, but I'd love for you to tell me.
I don't have anything to do with the other half.
Oh,
So rather than throw it away, we just stick both halves up there.
that's pretty smart.
And you have to half it so the lemon will get in there. But we'll meet you outside right now as we go out to the smoker.
Okay, we are back and we're at the smoker. We've got our smoker heated to 250 degrees, and it's time to put our turkey on and let it smoke.
Let me grab the turkey. You continue talking from there.
We are going to let this turkey cook until it gets to the internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and that should take between 4 and 4.5 hours. We expect.
Here it is, set turkey. And we'll take the turkey. Remember, we got the lemons in the cavity here. And I am setting it on I like it to cook right side up. That should hold perfect. I am going to move it in just a little bit so it's centered in the smoker.
That's a silicone mat, isn't it?
Yeah, I got it on a silicone mat. And while I'm out here, I will put my probe in there as to keep tabs on the temperature of said turkey. There we go.
Alright, we're going to let that smoke for a few hours, but we'll be right back. But before we go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ring that notification bell. Leave us a comment down in the comment section, and share. We'll see y'all in a little bit.
We'll see y'all just in a second. Thanks for watching.
Alright, we are back. Our turkey is off the smoker, and it's time to see what it looks like.
It took, we said it would take, what did we say it would take?
Between 4 to 4.5 hours.
And we started at 1:30. Took right at 4 hours. 4 hours, right at 4 hours. 4 hours, maybe 4 hours, 10 minutes. We don't really watch the time that much. We need to know the time to have an idea of when we want it to be ready. But primarily what we're just working on is to get the internal temperature to 165, and it was 166 when I took it off. It's been tinted for a half hour, and now we will unveil it. There we go. And it doesn't always look beautiful because all the butter doesn't slide down, but it's when we cut it, it'll look really pretty. So, do you want to cut it?
Let's cut it.
Look at that. That's the poultry seasoning. Ooh, that's hot. Look at that. That's pretty. Is that smoke ring? The pink smoke ring around the edges?
Beautiful golden brown color.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I'm just going to cut that much off for the time being. But I'll tell you what. Whew, that's hot. You want to try a little piece of that?
Yeah, yes.
I am not a huge turkey eater, but this is really good. Let it cool off. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Super juicy, not dry at all. I don't know if you can see that here, but it is a very moist, buttery, tasty turkey.
That's very good.
That was very good. So, we hope if you want to try this, you try this. If you don't have a smoker, you could cook this in an oven, just like we did a smoker. Obviously, you won't get the smoke flavor, but temperature-wise, same thing. We've never done that before, but 250 is 250. So, anyway, thanks for joining us. We hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We hope you you try our turkey.
All right, but for now, that's going to do it for us. And we want to thank you so much for joining us today. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ring that notification bell. Leave us a comment down in the comment section and share. And we'll see you next time on the Liberty Loving Kitchen. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.